So the principle of purpose. So Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist who spent a great deal of his time in the Second World War in Auschwitz. Now, being a psychiatrist, he was uniquely positioned to make some observations about the human condition. One of the observations that he made was that it wasn't the circumstances that made life unbearable, but it was the lack of meaning and purpose. He also said, a man with a compelling why can put up with almost any how. And what Victor is really bringing our attention to is that without a true sense of purpose, we can feel lost and lonely and adrift, and we can suffer from existential angst and start asking ourselves questions like, what are we doing this for? And what's the purpose of it all? And that's really not a great place to be. Now, lots of us use the idea of goals to be able to overcome this and give life some purpose and some meaning. And goals are really important, but they're not the whole answer. And the reason is that most of the goals that we set ourselves tend to have a very finite time span. The short time span, and we just do one goal and then another goal and another goal. But then we sometimes are left with this sense that the goals are not making us feel any more fulfilled. We're achieving things, but it doesn't actually change how we feel on the inside. Another way of thinking about it is that we can use the acquisition of stuff, the physical stuff, or titles and labels and sometimes certifications to try to make us feel like we're getting better and we have some sort of meaning. But again, these things are short-lived, and to some extent you can never have enough of what you don't really need in your life. And this includes stuff, and it also includes things like money. So a bigger bank account, another title, really isn't going to make you feel differently at your core. So what we're talking about at level 7 is purpose from a different place. A purpose which really does transcend yourself, and it's a place where you come from. It's not a destination that you're trying to arrive at. It's about setting an example. It's about the message that you broadcast every day. It's about who you are and how you live your life every single day. It's still about working hard, but it's not about winning. It's about playing the game and staying in the game and playing that infinitely. It's about identifying your unique genius and stepping into that genius and making your biggest contribution that you ever could. You could think about this like dropping a stone into a perfectly still lake and watching the ripples as they go further and further out. I know that when you have a big enough purpose, a big enough why, that you can overcome things like procrastination because it's bigger than the procrastination. When you have a big enough why, you can find the courage to overcome fear because your mission is bigger than that fear. So when we have a very clear mission and purpose in life, our life changes. We show up differently. People see us differently. It gives us fuel and we have energy and people can feel it, and it makes us feel unstoppable.